presence of Planetary Liberation Order of Light. For the planet Divine Commandership of Love. To all the inhabitant of the planet. The presence of planetary liberation is making this call to the inhabitants of planet Earth as a result of the planet's precarious condition. We urge you to reflect on the grave situation now facing you, to meditate on events taking place and to determine, based on your observations, an appropriate course of action. We also ask you to consider your own actions and to think about what you personally generate upon the planet day after day. Are you aware of the reason for your existence? The wherefore and why of your actions? It is important to appraise the situation internally as well as externally, and ask yourself if it is possible to continue living on our planet, which due to the chaos blindly generated by the ignorance and unconsciousness of its inhabitants, is on the point of exploding. Inhabitants of planet Earth. If you honestly meditate on the matter, you will realize the planet is surrounded by darkness. The shadow of the threat of destruction looms at large, a threat to which you have amply contributed by giving free rein to your personal desires and ambitions, to your need for power and unbridled sexual urges, to all the manias that in one way or another you have manifested without realizing that every one of your thoughts, emotions and actions was not only polluting your personal environment, but that of the community, nation and planet as well, and the same is true of your fellow beings. Ponder on this and you will see that you have unthinkingly contributed to the creation and proliferation of atomic arsenals around the planet, inasmuch as your thoughts of anger, rage and hate, your dark feelings and sentiments, have put nuclear arms, weapons of destruction, in the hands of others, forgetting the fact that one's life is not one's own, and certainly not anyone else's. The life force in each one of you comes from the All-Being, and it was given to you that you might cherish it and bestow it as conscious light over the earth and upon all your brothers, in thanksgiving for the marvelous experience of life on a planet submersed in love, light, unity and the Father-Mother presence. Inhabitants of planet Earth, meditate on this and you will realize how lacking in content your feelings and actions are. For instead of glorifying light, you have enshrined and glorified your desires and lower order instincts. You have given yourself up to the consequences of those actions, failing to see the harm that has been done to that life which has been given you as a gift of love. The life that has been given, that it may manifest the divine being as part of each and every one. Have you ever had the time to give thought to him? Of course not. For you have been trapped in the world of form, worshipping and hungering after the things of man, and as a consequence find yourselves enslaved by them. Your focus on material things has robbed you of vital energy and put you to sleep in the slumber of the unconsciousness and ignorance that leads to destruction. Complacent with your lot, you are not aware of the danger you face. Indeed, you believe yourselves free. You do not see that, on the contrary, you are the prisoners of your desires and of death, living in the darkened cells of your pain and hatred. Paradoxically, you believe you can survive on a planet where atomic bombs, in the hands of a few, might be set off at any moment, and you must add to that the desperation of the elements which, upon seeing man's total unconsciousness, hope to liberate the planet by sweeping him and his iniquities off the face of the earth. Think on this, or the situation on Earth. Your situation gets worse every day. Inhabitants of the planet Earth, you must awaken from the dream in which you are living, from the unconsciousness and ignorance that is stifling you, from the fantasy that is not but the creation of your ego, from the illusion that is your present existence. Your acts are irrational and therefore empty of meaning. It hurts to watch you wander about like robots with no real center, unconsciously orbiting a path fixed by the dark forces that control you. Where is the will of your being? Buried in unconsciousness. Do you ever think about the divine spark within? Why do you allow yourselves to be sucked into the dark maelstrom of destruction? Awaken. How long do you think this can go on? Do you think it would be better that the planet be cleansed of such a shameful panorama through your own destruction? What are you waiting for? Please awaken. If you are not sensitive to the cries of your own being, to the anguished call of the planet, surely it would be better just finish off everything at once. What sense is there in living to destroy, in living to damage other systems of life developing on this planet? It makes no sense for the forces of light to struggle and keep alive something that does not deserve to live. Beings of the planet Earth, since the personality, the ego, does not listen, we appeal to you, beings of light, please listen, cry out for your freedom, for the manifestation of the luminous condition that you are. You dwell in the shadows but have the right to be free. And the presence of planetary liberation is vibrating for the formation of the Earth's divine archetype, and in him all is light. The purity of every divine spark is taken into account, and this message is for those of you who now know the truth. Why, if you are a being of light, do you suffocate and groan in the dark? Work hard at, sleep no more, do not allow yourselves to be destroyed. The divine commandership of love offers you this chance. Cling to it, for you have the right to be free, to participate in the divine qualities of the All-Being. For through the consciousness of the light, you are created in the image of the All-Being. You are light. This is your chance to be free. Do not let it slip by. In action of light, in manifestation of love, for the liberation of the being that dwells within the planet Earth, by the manifestation of the planet's divine archetype, by the divine commandership of love. Unixitron, commander of the forces of liberation.